paid for boardroom executives. It is a national emergency. Welcome to today's episode of Edu Impact. I am Onyeka Odiase.
Are you ready for example 2?
Yes, sir!
Okay, let's do that now.
Empirical facts confirm that a nation cannot safeguard its future without establishing a strong foundation through education. It stands as a vital driver for eliminating poverty, fostering shared economic growth, upgrading healthcare, achieving gender equality, and building peace. Ultimately, knowledge represents true power, and information serves as a currency that keeps it moving.
The importance of education cannot be overemphasized. It forms the foundation of sustainable development in any society. Any meaningful society that wants to go far must give education a serious check.
The matrix that we use to measure the growth or development of any nation is always tied to the educational policies of that country. So education is very, very important.
Today, AI is reigning and everybody wants to know what is AI and how you can be able to use the tools that way. But if you're not educated, if you're not learned, you'll not be able to do all those things. And then use it for your own personal needs too, and also for financial income.
A school, therefore, is not merely a convergence of brick, mortar, and zinc roofs. It is a crucible of light. It is a sacred geography where the raw clay of human curiosity is gently placed upon the wheel of possibility, shaped by the patient hands of guardians into vessels of purpose and truth. It is a place where formal learning takes place, as proper education is not a passive inheritance.
Anywhere you go all over the world, where you have good education system, the society develops. It's supposed to be a serene atmosphere where they think, where they learn new skills, they learn some of the things, that new theories and everything, and where they can discuss with their peers in a very safe environment where they are comfortable. They can go and study at night, go to the library by 9 o'clock in the night and study and come back to their hostels. It's an atmosphere that should be very conducive.
You are going to an environment where you are safe, you'll be taught, given good education, proper moral upbringing and all that. You are relaxed. You have an environment you can just, it's just to read and, have good social life.
Identified as a bedrock of knowledge, individuals seek education in order to broaden their perspectives and make their minds adaptable to new ideas. Empirical evidence proves that investing in learning yields the finest dividends. It fast-tracks socio-economic development across the nation, striking directly at the roots of ignorance and poverty. For this reason, families once strove to gain education at all cost, defying all forms of hardship. But today, this sacred geography faces an unprecedented threat, turning these crucibles of light into vulnerable targets.
This insecurity, honestly, was not expected. We didn't expect it to go to the students. And now it's really on the high side. As a student myself, I'm actually scared of coming outside, coming to school, because we don't know where they are. We don't know if they've gotten to this part of the world. So it's really threatening and it's really, really scary. I've heard the one in Oyo, we've heard the one in Benin. And now we're scared because Benin is close to Asaba. Just hoping on God for things to get better.
It's disheartening that people have to run away from the country because of insecurity. People don't longer feel safe in their homes, in school. Everybody's trying to go home on time. It's very sad. So if there's no more insecurity in the country, I'll be very happy. And I'll definitely applaud the government for their good work.
To properly understand this shift, Dott TV correspondent spoke with individuals who took us down memory lane, painting a vivid picture of a time when schooling was safe in Nigeria. For them, the only burden of education was the financial implication and not the haunting threat of insecurity that is plaguing students and families in Nigeria today. Take a listen.
My parents were only concerned about our school books.
They expect you to be back from school when it's time for you to return back. But these days, there is a lot of panic, a lot of fear because of the insecurity in this society.
Parents of these days live in fear. You can't even leave your child. If I see my child crossing the gate, I will be calling. What's going on? Where are you going to? Then our parents don't care where we are. Wherever you are at the end of the day, you revise and come back home. So I believe in this era we are into, parents are gripped with fears.
With the incessant, monstrous attacks on schools, the narrative has fundamentally changed. The energy has shifted from merely defying hardship for the sake of learning to desperate critical demand for safety just to survive it. Education cannot thrive where fear rules the classroom.
May get to a point in time where most parents may not be comfortable to send their children to school any longer because the security of those children or the words are not guaranteed in the present circumstances of school insecurity. And it will affect the level of education.
It's really not safe. Children are coming to school, they are scared, they don't know what will happen next, they don't know if they are safe being in school. So government really needs to look into it, sincerely speaking.
The consequences of these continuous brutal bandit attacks on students are catastrophic. Beyond the immediate trauma, this crisis threatens to completely cripple the nation's economy.
It's going to affect the life expectancy of the children. If we at large, generally, it's going to affect the morale, the ability, the zeal for people to attend school here in Nigeria because of the security issue that is all over the school, most especially the attack on schools on daily basis.
And our security officers are one of the best in this whole region. Nigeria is properly armed to contest with minor attacks. If there is a major attack from nations to Nigeria, then we don't have an army, we don't have defense system. Then a bulk of little criminals cannot be contended. It's an insult over our soldiers because the soldiers of these nations are brave ones. This bureaucratic bottleneck action is not what we need. We need to stop these vandals.
Watch Edu Impact, showing on your screen every Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. to 12 noon on Dott Television. Dott Edu. Inspiring minds, securing futures. Recently, the Delta State government convened a security summit targeted at strengthening collaboration among stakeholders and to deliberate on strategies for enhancing peace, safety, and security across the state.
Recognizing that security threats are constantly evolving, we recently restructured and strengthened Operation Delta Sweep, our joint security outfit. The outfit has recorded significant successes in tackling crime and criminalities across the state. In anticipation for state police, the State Executive Council approved the establishment of divisional police headquarters in all the 25 local government areas of the state. We have equally continued to support security checkpoints in identified flashpoints and vulnerable areas.
The decision that have been taken here today, with the interaction that have taken place, there's also going to be some feedback mechanism as to how the agreements or the points that we have noted in the communique are being implemented. The governor himself has made it clear that the security of life and property in Delta State is his primary responsibility and that he's not going to renege on that.
Offering a vital perspective on this crisis, the Delta Police Public Relations Officer, SP Brighter Duffy, outlined that the Delta State Police Force is aggressively shifting toward intelligence-led operations, increasing visibility policing, and establishing stronger community partnerships to shield schools from threats.
The command will operate a proactive policing system where we continuously engage with members of the public, traditional rulers, community leaders, civil society organizations, heads of schools on how to properly police them and also rendering of key informations that are timely. You agree with me that the police cannot be everywhere at the same time. The Safe School initiative is working smoothly in Delta State. Motorcycles were bought and distributed across the local governments to patrol around these schools, while also counting on timely information and also admonishing schools to ensure that their compounds are well fenced and gated, not just government schools, including private schools. And that is what we are doing so far. And I believe with God on our side that we will not record such incidents in Delta State.
Complementing these security measures, the Delta State Commissioner for Education provided a crucial policy framework, emphasizing that safeguarding the classroom is fundamentally about preserving nation's future human capital, as the ministry is aggressively implementing the Safe School Declaration guidelines by moving beyond rhetoric to reinforce infrastructure.
We take security very seriously. His Excellency, because of this security issue, a lot of students, our schools are really populated. For example, Delta State University Abraka has about 35,000 students, and the hostels cannot take maybe more than 4,000 students. His Excellency, in his wisdom, have approved that hostels should be built for all 9 tertiary institutions in Delta State. So that is to reduce the students staying outside the campus, because they are very safe within the campus. So all the institutions will have a hostel for males, hostel for females, that will take about 500 each. This will pull out a lot of students from the city inside the university. And this whole thing is designed to increase the safety of the students of tertiary institutions in Delta States.
There are a lot of security measures they have to put in place. I wish it is possible to make it mandatory that every student lives within the school environment. Living off campus makes you prone to attack. If you are very elaborate in your dressing, in your spending, you become a prey to predators who are these bandits.
The choice before us is clear. Nigeria cannot afford a future where the classrooms are abandoned to fear and where the pursuit of knowledge is treated as a gamble with life itself. Securing our schools is not an administrative luxury, but a national emergency.
What's happened? Oh yeah, èyí tẹ́ bá lè gbẹ̀yìn mọ́tò yẹn kú.
Èyí tẹ́ ò sí tèmi tó pẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ni
Securing our schools is not just a government duty. It is a collective responsibility. The steps we take today will determine the safety of our children tomorrow. Thank you for watching today's episode of Edu Impact. I am Onyeka Odiase.
Watch Edu Impact, showing on your screen every Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. to 12 noon on Dott Television. Dott Edu. Inspiring minds, securing futures.